quick little build guide slash build update thing. Gas grenade Deadeye post nerf. I'll show you some clear here. In a tier 9 map with 92 increased magic pack size. It's tearing apart the rares pretty good. This map doesn't have a boss, so can't showcase a single target very well, but just cuts through rares like butter still. See if I can find a rare. There we go. Basically just lead into packs, throw flash grenade, throw your gas grenade, and then firewall to ignite them so it pops. And then if you need a little bit of extra single target, you can press oil grenade for some exposure to reduce the resistance. That should be good enough to showcase. So I'll show you my gear here. Right now my crossbow is a little messed up, but the stats are so good that I can't really get rid of it. I should have a bombarding crossbow base. I don't know if I have one somewhere to show you, but it's the base that gives you +1 crossbow or grenade. Yeah, it should be this base. Well, expert bombard crossbow, but advanced is fine if you can't get that yet. So you should use that for grenades, fire, additional projectile, but the physical damage on this is just so crazy I can't replace it. So you basically just want a weapon with all fizz on it and then like plus gem levels or something. That's all you should really be aiming for. It gives you huge damage because you convert all of your physical to fire. On the rest of my gear, I'm just trying to get res capped and get evasion. Get stats where you can. So it's not crazy gear or anything. It's basically just life, stats, and evasion, which is kind of is hard to get in this game, but it's not anything super nuts. Here's the passive tree. So start through here and then come down here first. And you basically just pick up all the nodes as you path through them. You don't really have to backtrack on the tree much. You just go through everything, and when you hit the spot, you put the points there. It's not like PoE 1 where you're gonna have to like you skip some things. That doesn't really happen. Just go through and put all your points in. And then once you're finished with this section of the tree, you come over here and then path over to acrobatics. And before you get acrobatics, you really need to get a lot of evasion. So you can see with tailwind stacked up and roll, got like 73% and 67% chance to dodge. Pretty good. And that's all hits with this. So that means it AoE spells too, or attacks, any AoE damage. And there is a lot of AoE damage. So this is very good, even though you lose 70% less evasion. So if you don't have a ton of evasion and you click it, it's gonna feel really bad because you're gonna have like 10% evasion instead of 60 to 70%. So make sure you're watching your evasion. You're going to want like a good evasion chest and stuff. And you want to click some evasion nodes. Another important thing is this grenade wheel. +1 use, and then increased fuse duration, but additional prods is huge. And then reduced fuse duration here. And the fuse is pretty short on glass grenade, so it doesn't feel bad or anything, even with that increased duration node. So, ascendancy points. If you want damage, you're going to go up this middle tree to skill fire's additional projectile, and you're going to pick up point blank before that. That's going to give you huge damage, but if you want to play a little bit more defensively, you're going to go tailwind, and then the less damage taken per tailwind. What tailwind does is gives you 1% move speed, which is really nice. Actually, it goes up to 10% when you get max stacks, 30% skill speed, and 150% increased evasion rating, all at max stacks. So that's really, really good. And then since you're evading a lot of things, your tailwind does pretty okay uptime most of the time. You're able to stack it pretty quickly. You want to stack it really fast. It's hard to find a moment to do so, but if you use rapid fire, it stacks it really, really quickly. Why Deadeye and not a mercenary class? I think Deadeye just is more well-rounded. It has good defensive stuff. It's not perfect. And if you don't get lucky and you don't evade, you will die occasionally. I have quite a few deaths. Most of those are from campaign. I think I have like 30 deaths in maps. Usually pushing things I shouldn't push, like maps that are rare with damage mods and stuff that I can't handle. But generally, I don't die very often. Alright, skills. Let me move the camera. So, skills. We got gas grenade for the main skill. I have it linked with primal armament for more weapon elemental damage. Magnified deflect for more AoE. On bossing, you could switch this out for something for more damage. Could be like execute or something. Anything that gives good damage. Fire pen penetrates fire res. Fire infusion, and then you get more fire damage at the cost of less cold and lightning, but we don't do any cold and lightning, so it's fine. See the tooltip here. People do ask this. As far as I know, you need accuracy. It has an accuracy stat. It's an attack. You need accuracy. People seem confused. If you don't need accuracy, I'm gonna say it's a bug and not intended, but it definitely requires accuracy. Okay. Flash grenade. This is your big stunner. It gives a bunch of stun buildup, and then you link it with stun sports. 50% more stun buildup. Scatter shot, so it gets more projectiles. And you don't really care about the damage on it, so it's just huge benefit. Soul Thief. I'm using this for Leech because I was having some mana issues. If you don't have mana issues, you could replace this with Ruthless. Flame Wall. I have a Fortress and Arcane Tempo. Just pure utility for, you know, popping your grenades. Rapid Shot. Unbreakable, so you have more stun threshold so you don't get stunned while doing it. More attack speed. It ramps faster. Then mobility, it lets you move faster while shooting. And then on my offhand, I have Leap Slam. And this lets you move across gaps and stuff, obviously. You just like have whatever melee weapon in your offhand and you can just do that whenever you need to. Auras. Herald of Ash. This has little pops and ignites things around it, so you don't have to 100% rely on Flame Wall. You can keep just popping monsters and keep gas grenading. You're still gonna have to Flame Wall. And then Wind Dancer gives evasion rating per stage, and then when you get hit, it pops and pushes all the enemies back. So it's really good if you get hit. It lets you kind of reposition a little bit, push them back, let you regain your evasion. And I have Clarity and Vitality linked to it. Some mana regen. This build does have kind of mana problems. And Vitality. So mana problems, how do you solve it? Well, some leech on your flash grenade's good. Clarity, using a well-rolled mana flask. And then you can get mana on kill. This is actually very nice for clearing. I basically never need to use a mana flask while clearing. And then I have leech, physical attack damage as mana on a few pieces of gear. And flash grenade is all physical, so it leeches. It's definitely noticeable. It's not super, super good, but it is definitely noticeable. Now, I feel like there was something else I was going to say, but I don't remember, so this is probably it. Yeah. Anybody in chat have something to say? No, I think that's it. That was pretty good. I think that was pretty good.